Let's talk about Neptune, the planet found by math. You know, if you look up at the night sky, you can technically see every single planet in our solar system with just your own eyes. Well, all of them except for one.
Now, this world, it's a true giant. We're talking about an ice-cold planet 4 times wider than Earth, just whipping around the far, far edges of our cosmic neighborhood. And yet,
it's the only planet in our solar system that you can never see with the naked eye. Yep, you heard that right. Despite being absolutely huge, Neptune is completely invisible to us without a telescope. It's like a giant ghost hiding in plain sight. So that begs the question, right? How do we even know it was there? I mean, if you can't see it, how do you find it? And the answer? Well, it isn't some simple story of an astronomer getting lucky. The real story is so much cooler.
It's all about math. This is how a wobble in one world revealed a completely new one. See, the answer wasn't found by looking through a telescope. It was found with pure mathematics. Neptune holds this incredible title. It's the only planet in our solar system discovered through prediction. Just an amazing testament to the power of physics.
Okay, so here's how this genius moment in science went down. It's a simple 3-step process. First, observe. Astronomers started noticing that Uranus was, well, it was wobbling. Its orbit didn't quite line up with the laws of physics. Something out there was tugging on it. Step 2, calculate. This is where French astronomer Urbain Le Verrier comes in. In 1846, he did these mind-bending calculations and predicted exactly where this mystery planet had to be. And finally, step 3, confirm. Le Verrier sent his prediction to another astronomer, Johann Galli. And get this, Galli points his telescope right where the math said to look and finds Neptune in less than an hour. A single hour. The math was perfect.
So we found it. But for almost a century and a half after that, Neptune was just this faint, mysterious dot in our telescopes. We knew it was there, but what did it actually look like up close? We had no idea, until our one and only visit to this distant giant, Voyager's brief encounter.
And this timeline, wow, it really puts the sheer scale of space and time into perspective. The planet was discovered in 1846, but it took until 1989 for Voyager 2 to finally fly by and give us our first close-up. That's a 143-year gap. To make it even crazier, Neptune takes 165 Earth years just to go around the Sun once. So we've only seen it complete one full Neptunian year since we even knew it existed. That's just wild.
And can you imagine what it was like when Voyager 2 finally got there? The feeling on the ground at NASA was just pure astonishment. This quote from analyst Ken Bollinger really says it all. Every day what you see is brand new. Nobody's ever seen it. It's just an incredible feeling. For the very first time, that fuzzy blue dot we've been staring at for over a century resolved into this dynamic, beautiful, stormy world.
And one of the first things Voyager found was just shocking. You'd think a world that far from the sun would be a pretty quiet, frozen place, right? Wrong. So wrong. Voyager clocked wind speeds at 2,160 kilometers per hour. That's nearly supersonic. These are, to this day, the fastest winds ever recorded anywhere in our solar system. Just unbelievable.
Now I know what you're thinking. What about Jupiter's Great Red Spot? And yeah, that's a massive storm that's been raging for centuries. But Neptune's storms? They're a whole different beast. When Voyager 2 flew by, it saw this massive Earth-sized storm called the Great Dark Spot. But just a few years later, when the Hubble telescope took a look, poof, it was gone. Neptune's storms are violent. They're huge, but they're incredibly temporary. They can literally appear and disappear in the blink of a cosmic eye.
Okay, so this raises a huge question, right? What is driving this absolutely insane weather? We're talking about weather, heat, and diamonds? Yeah, you heard me. The whole thing is a bizarre engine powering a frozen world. Neptune is 30 times farther from the sun than we are. There's barely any sunlight out there. So where is all this energy coming from?
And this is where we get to the core of the mystery, what we call the ice giant anomaly. If you look at Neptune's twin, Uranus, it's actually the coldest planet in the solar system and radiates almost no extra heat. But Neptune is different. It actually radiates more heat than it gets from the sun. It has this powerful internal engine, and that's what scientists believe is fueling those supersonic winds and those giant disappearing storms.
Oh, and the weirdness does not stop there. Its magnetic field is, well, it's completely bonkers. On Earth, our magnetic field is pretty much lined up with our rotational axis, the North and South poles. But Neptune's is tilted by a staggering 47 degrees, plus it's way off center. The best theory we have is that it's not being generated in the planet's core at all, but in this strange, slushy mantle of electrically conducting liquid ices.
And speaking of that bizarre interior, the conditions down there get truly, truly extreme. The pressure deep inside the planet may be so intense that it's literally raining diamonds. No, I'm not kidding. You heard that right. Scientists theorize that the insane pressure, we're talking millions of times the pressure on Earth, actually breaks apart the methane molecules in its atmosphere. The carbon atoms then get squeezed together into solid diamonds, and these diamonds literally hail down through the liquid mantle. This isn't a metaphor, it's a real, physical process that could be happening deep inside these ice giants. All right, as strange as Neptune itself is, its largest moon, Triton, might just be even stranger. We call it the captured world. This is the rebel moon with a violent past. Because see, this isn't some normal moon that formed alongside its planet. Oh no, it's a captured object with a serious rebellious streak.
And just look at this chart to see how dominant Triton is. That massive slice, that's Triton. It makes up more than 99.5% of all the mass orbiting Neptune. The other 13 moons and all the rings combined, they're basically just cosmic dust in comparison.
This table really lays out just how weird Triton is. A normal large moon forms with its planet, but Triton was captured from the Kuiper belt. A normal moon orbits in the same direction its planet spins. That's called prograde. But Triton, it orbits backwards in the opposite direction. That's a retrograde orbit, and it's a dead giveaway that it was captured in some kind of violent event in the distant past.
And honestly, Triton is just unbelievable. It's not some dead ball of ice. It's geologically active. It has cryovolcanoes, ice volcanoes that erupt liquid water and nitrogen. Its surface is so young and has barely any craters, which means it's constantly renewing itself. It's bigger than Pluto, has its own thin atmosphere with clouds, and all of this activity points to the very real potential for a subsurface ocean, a hidden layer of liquid water. That makes it one of the most compelling places to search for life in our entire solar system.
So, after all of these absolutely mind-bending discoveries, we come face to face with the great unknown. It's kind of sobering, really. What secrets still lie at the edge of our solar system? Because as much as we've learned, we are only just scratching the surface.
I mean, really let this sink in for a second. Our entire up-close understanding of this massive, dynamic world comes from a single spacecraft's flyby. One, in 1989. Everything we just talked about, the supersonic winds, the diamond rain, that incredible active moon, all of it comes from one fleeting visit over 3 decades ago. It was just a glimpse.
And here's the stark reality of where we're at today. Look at the confirmed future missions to Neptune. For NASA, 0. For the European Space Agency, 0. The only thing on the books is a mission that China is considering for some time in the future. Despite being one of the most mysterious and fascinating planets out there, we have no concrete plans to go back.
And that leads us to one final, really tantalizing thought. If one brief visit revealed supersonic winds, disappearing storms, and a captured world from the edge of the solar system, what else are we missing? What other untold wonders are just waiting for us out there in that deep blue darkness? What other secrets is this incredible ice giant still keeping?